Buddy. I hope that you are well. And also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 5 English lesson on nouns. And before we start with our lesson, our grade 5 English lesson on nouns, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 5, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of nouns. So our chapter is nouns. Our subject is English language arts, grade 5. And our lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of nouns is to identify nouns with abstract nouns and to identify common and proper nouns. All right, so concrete, so we're going on to nouns, right? So we have concrete nouns and then we have abstract nouns, right? So we're basically going to find out the difference between a concrete noun as well as an abstract noun. And a concrete noun, it names a person, a place, or a thing that is a physical object, right? So it's a physical object. So that's basically a concrete noun. So we have a concrete noun, which names a person, it names a place, or it names a thing that is a physical object. So this means that you can actually see a concrete noun, so you can hear a concrete noun, you can smell, taste, or even touch a concrete noun, right? So once again, concrete nouns, it names a person, place, or thing that you can, that's basically a physical object that you can hear, you can see, you can smell, you can taste, and you can touch. Those are concrete nouns. And a few examples of concrete noun, right? Your friend is a concrete noun. Your friend, you can basically see your friend, you can hear your friend, you can smell the scent of your friend, you can touch your friend, right? Home, can see your home. You can touch the building of your home, right? Luke, it's the name of a person, right? So this is somebody that you can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can touch this person. And this is all physical things that you can do. And a flower, right? You can see a flower. You can smell a flower. You can touch a flower, right? So these are all examples of concrete nouns. And then we have abstract noun. An abstract nouns, it names an idea, a feeling, a quality, or a concept. And if you hear words like an idea, do we see ideas? Feelings. Do we touch feelings? Qualities. Do we smell qualities? Concepts. Do we see concepts, right? So, which means that this is like ideas, feelings, qualities, and concepts. These are not physical objects. They are not physical objects. And this is a topic on nouns. So a concrete noun, it names a person, place, or thing that is a physical object. And these are things that we can see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. But an abstract noun, on the other hand, it names ideas, it names feelings, it names qualities, it names concepts. And these are things that you cannot physically see, you cannot physically hear, smell, taste, or touch. So which means that it is not physical objects. Because my ideas, it's like it's basically things that I thought of. Feelings, right? It's my emotions, is what I feel, right? You don't feel sad and now you compare it to a brick, right? It's feelings, it's emotions. So this means that you can think about an abstract. So we think about abstracts, it's thoughts. So we think about abstract nouns, right? We feel abstract nouns, not feel as in physical, but like, you feel it emotionally, your sadness, happiness, and so on. So we think about abstract nouns, but we cannot see it, we cannot hear it, we cannot smell, taste, or even touch abstract nouns. For example, power. As much as they show on cartoons that, they are showing physically that somebody has power, but power is not something that you can see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. The same with fear, right? They show on cartoons and television that this person is showing great fear or lots of fear, right? But it's not something that you can you can't touch fear, for example. You can't taste fear. What they sometimes do is, which it's basically just things for our imagination. Remember, television has a way of trying to portray things that we need to also imagine, right? So now what they do is they create images to make it seem as if we we feel what the next person, which is the character, is feeling. And that is why sometimes jealousy, they would maybe show that the person is green. They'll show that the person's face turns green, right? But that doesn't mean, so they basically refer to jealousy as somebody turning green. But now you must understand that television, it's creating or portraying something to show that green is maybe aligned with, let's say, jealousy. But in real life, we cannot see jealousy, right? Somebody's face is not going to turn green to show that this person is, for example, jealous. The same with love. If someone is in love and somebody is showing lots of love, right? It doesn't mean that these hearts popping out of the person's eyes, right? So these are basically just things that television or the producers are trying to portray so that we can try to visualize what love looks like, what envy looks like, right? But it does not happen like that. So we cannot even hear or smell wisdom, right? Wisdom is when you are just wise. So now, based on the person's conversation, the person's thoughts, the person, what the person says that comes out of the person's mouth, those now you can basically try to understand like, this person is quite wise. This person knows what he or she is talking about. And then also Sunday, that is an abstract noun. So we basically have a concrete noun, and then we also have an abstract noun. So concrete noun, it names a person, a place, or a thing that is physical, that is a physical object, right? And this physical objects or physical objects you can basically see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, or you can touch. And then we have an abstract noun, which names an idea, it names a feeling, it names qualities, it names concepts. And these are things that are not physical objects, right? So with abstract nouns, we cannot see it, we cannot hear it, we cannot smell it, we cannot taste it, and we cannot touch it because these are things that we think. It's thoughts, it's feelings, right? And we made an example of power, fear, wisdom, or even Sunday, the day of the week. And then we have the difference between common nouns and we have the difference now between proper nouns. So basically, a noun. So basically, a noun, it names a person, it names a place, a thing, or an idea. So it's basically a word that names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea, right? So with nouns, we have common nouns and then we have proper nouns. So we're basically going to find the difference now or see the difference between a common noun and we're going to see the difference between a proper noun. So a common noun. So common noun, it names general. It's like where we generalize. So it names a general type of person, place, thing, or idea. So a common noun, it names a general type of person. We're not specifically talking about a specific person. It can be any person, it can be any place, any idea, or anything, right? And when it comes to common noun, right, then it is not the name of a person. It is not the name of a place. It's not the name of the thing, and it's not the name of the idea, right? So also seeing that it is not the name of the person, place, thing, or idea, we need to, when it comes to a common noun, we do not capitalize a common noun unless it is the first word of a sentence. So we do not capitalize common nouns unless it is a name, the first word of a sentence. So before I give you an example of a common noun, I'm first going to go over the proper noun, and then we'll basically look at both common noun as well as proper noun. Then we have a proper noun, right? And a proper noun is the specific name of a person, place, thing, or idea. So it's a specific name of a person, a specific name of a place, a specific name of a thing, and a specific name of an idea. And when it comes to a proper noun, right, then we need to always capitalize a proper noun. Because if it's a specific name of a person, then it means that if you are talking about Nadine or you're mentioning Nadine, then it means that Nadine's name needs to be capitalized. If we're specifically talking about a place, right, then it means that let's say Canada needs to be capitalized. We're not just saying any city, any country, any continent, for example. So a proper noun is the specific name of a person, place, thing, or idea. Whereas a common noun, it names a general type of person, place, thing, or idea. Right? So when it comes to a proper noun, we always need to capitalize a proper noun. Whereas we do not capitalize a common noun unless it is the first word of a sentence. All right, so now we're going to look at the differences between a common noun as well as proper nouns. Let me do this. All right, so now we're going to look at the differences between a proper noun as well as a common noun. So when we look at common nouns, right? We said common nouns, it names general types of people, places, things, or idea, right? And we do not capitalize it unless the word is the first word of a sentence. For example, if we are going to generalize and give a general name of a person, right, then instead of giving the name of the person, we just say that this is a boy. So common noun is like saying the boy. So the boy kicked the ball, but they're not saying who that boy is. So it's like saying the boy, so which means that if there's 5 boys playing, let's say, with the ball, right? Then we don't know which boy kicked the ball or broke the window, for example. There's 5 boys. So unless you identify the specific boy, right? And this is now where the proper noun comes in. So unless you specify by saying who that person is, who the boy is, Then we can say Jacob, right? So common noun, it's like generalizing. It can be any boy. But when it comes to a proper noun, we are specifically making mention of the person. So we may be saying it is Jacob, or it is John, or it is Matthew that did whatever. So when it comes to common noun, if we are saying that we're going to meet up for to meet to do the school project, right, in the week, right? So it can be, if you just say no, we're going to go that day. That day, it means it can be any day because there are basically 7 days in a week. But if you specifically making mention of a specific day, right, and then you can say it is Tuesday or Monday or Sunday or Saturday, right? And as you can see, we capitalize proper nouns, but we do not capitalize common nouns. If you're going to say that we are going to meet in the street, right? Common noun is generalizing, can be any street. But when it comes to a proper noun, right, it means that we are specifically making mention of a specific street. It's like saying we are going to mention when we're going to meet up in Elm Street. So proper nouns, it's like where we are specifying either the person's name, a specific place, a specific day, a specific month, right? Or it's like saying I'm going to another city. This can be any city. Can be any city in any province, in any state, can be any city in any country, in any continent. But if you're specifically saying where you are going, which is the proper noun, it's like saying I am going to Chicago. Then that means it's a proper noun because you are specifying. So which means that proper nouns, we are being specific. And we need to always capitalize. And we need to capitalize proper nouns. Whereas common nouns are generalized. And we do not capitalize. We do not capitalize common nouns. Right? All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca and we are going to go over once again concrete and abstract nouns as well as common and proper nouns. Before we continue, does everybody understand the difference between a concrete noun and an abstract noun? And does everybody know the difference between a common noun as well as a proper noun? That is now before we continue. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. And we're going to identify nouns with abstract nouns. And remember, we said a concrete noun, it names a person, place, or thing that is a physical object. It is something that we can see, that we can hear, smell, taste, or touch. Whereas an abstract noun, right? It names an idea, it names a feeling, it names a quality, it names concepts, right? And it is not physical objects, so which means that we cannot see it, we cannot hear it, we cannot smell it, we cannot touch it or taste it. All right, so now yeah, let's quickly go over to activities. It says select the one noun in the sentence. So we're going to select it whether it is a concrete noun or an abstract noun, right? So we're going to select the noun within the sentence. His future looks bright. His future looks bright. So we need to select the noun within that sentence. I'm going to remove any person that is disturbing the class, starting with Patch. I'm going to remove you, or I'm going to call your parents, and your parents will have to remove you because you're disturbing the class. Let us focus, please, guys. All right, so if we select the one noun within the sentence, we can select the abstract noun, which is future, right? So future, which is our abstract noun. And here it says that future is an abstract noun. And remember, an abstract noun, it's something that you cannot see. Like your future, you cannot see your future. We think about our future, we plan for our future, right? But it's not physical things. You cannot hear your future, you cannot touch your future, right? So it's not a physical object. This information is quite helpful. So we need to select the abstract noun within the sentence. So we selected the abstract noun. Remember we said abstract nouns, it names an idea, it names a feeling, names a quality, or it names a concept. And it's not things that are physical. It's not physical objects. So which means that we cannot hear it, we cannot see it, we cannot smell, taste, or touch it. So if we look at the sentence, which is this information is quite helpful, what is the abstract noun within that sentence? And if we look at the abstract noun or identify the abstract noun, we can identify it as information, right? So information is an abstract noun. Information, it's not something physical. If you're giving me information, right? It's not like you are giving me a physical thing that says information or that is information. Because information, yes, it can be written down, but information is many things that you thought of. It's you are physically telling, you are basically telling me, right? All right, so now let's go to our test where we are going to identify nouns specifically with abstract nouns. All right, so we need to select the one noun, which is the abstract noun within the sentence. His future looks bright. We need to select the abstract noun within the sentence. Is it his? Is it future? Is it looks? Or is it bright? We need to select the abstract noun within that sentence. His future looks bright. We need to select the abstract noun within the sentence. So the abstract noun. We need to select the abstract noun within the sentence. His future looks bright. Is it his, future, looks, or bright? All right, and if we select the abstract noun within the sentence, right, and then we can say future is our abstract noun, right? Because future is something that you cannot see. We cannot see our future. We cannot hear our future. We cannot touch our future, right? So future is correct. So well done. Future is correct. That idea is so clever. So that idea is so clever. We need to select the abstract noun within the sentence. Is it that? Is it idea? Is it is, so, or clever? Remember, abstract nouns are thoughts. It's things that we cannot see. It's not a physical object. We cannot hear it. We cannot smell it. We cannot touch it. We cannot feel it. Right? Like, I mean, touch it physically. So, an abstract noun, is it that? Is it idea? Is it ease, clever, or so? All right, so if we look at the abstract noun, right? So remember, abstract nouns are basically thoughts, right? It's things that you think of, right? So a lot of you are saying idea, right? Because an idea is something that you are thinking of, right? But we can also say an abstract noun is clever, right? Because other than the person being good in maths or specific subjects, right? We cannot see, we don't know how a clever person really, we can't see clever. We cannot hear clever, cannot touch clever, right? So I'm going to choose idea, but I'm most likely thinking it is clever. Oh, it is idea, but also clever, right? So clever is also an abstract noun, but idea definitely, because idea is a thought, right? And remember, ideas we cannot see, we cannot hear, we cannot touch, we cannot taste, right? Ideas are thoughts, and those are basically abstract nouns. So ideas, well done. Kamal doesn't usually remember his dreams. So we need to select the abstract noun in the sentence. Is it Kamal? Is it doesn't usually remember his or dreams? What is the abstract noun within that sentence? So Kamal doesn't usually remember his dreams. All right, then if we choose the correct one, then we're going to choose dreams. We're specifically choosing dreams because dreams is not things that you can see, touch, or feel. Remember is it's an action, right? It's not a noun. Remember is it's not a noun. So once we, for example, if we were to identify the abstract noun of remember, then we could have maybe mentioned words like remembrance or remembering, right? But not remember specifically. So dreams is the correct word, right? All right. So now we just before we end our session, we said that we have common nouns and we have proper nouns. And a common noun, it generalizes names of people, places, things, or ideas, and we do not capitalize it, right? Whereas a proper noun, we capitalize it, and it is a specific name of a person, place, thing, or an idea, right? All right, so now we need to select the proper noun. We need to select the proper noun. And remember, proper nouns are capitalized. Is it the first option, which is Pizza Italia has? Or is it the best pizza? Or the crust is? Or crisp and the? Or cheese is delicious? Which option is a proper noun? So is it the first option, second, third, fourth, or fifth option? A proper noun. And we see the proper noun we capitalize. It is specifying either a name of a person, place, thing, or an idea. We capitalize proper nouns. Capitalize proper nouns. That is going to be a clue for you. So a clue is to capitalize proper nouns. So in the options, which one is capitalized? All right, if we select the proper noun within that sentence, we can say pizza, Italia has, right? So the first one, which is pizza. Remember, proper nouns, we capitalize it's specific things, right? So now we need to select the common noun, which is generalized. We're not specifying something, and we do not capitalize common nouns, right? Martin Luther King, a holiday that falls on the third Monday in. What is basically the common noun within the sentence or within the sentences? Or not even sentences, within the options, the different options. The common noun. So we need to select the common noun within that sentence. And if we select the common nouns, it's definitely not Martin Luther King because that is a proper noun. It's definitely not Monday, right? So we're going to go with holiday. Oh, Martin Luther King. That is in a specific name. All right. So Martin Luther King, right? Well done, Raja. Martin Luther King, right? But usually Martin Luther King is a proper noun because it is a specific name of a person. But well done. Martin Luther King is correct. All right, so that is basically the end of our lesson on nouns. And we made mention of concrete nouns and we made mention of abstract nouns, right? Where we said concrete nouns are things that you can physically see, touch, feel, or taste, right? So it's physical objects. So it names a person, place, or thing that you can physically, that's a physical object. And then with abstract nouns, it is basically thoughts, it's ideas, right? It's feelings that we cannot, that's not a physical object. You cannot physically see it, touch it, feel it, right? It's ideas, it's things that you think of, right? And then we spoke about common nouns and proper nouns. And we said common nouns are general, it's like we generalize common nouns, right? So we do not capitalize common nouns unless it is the first word of a sentence. And then proper nouns are basically it names a person, place, or thing that we specifically mention or make mention of, right? And we capitalize proper nouns, right? So this is now the end of our lesson on nouns. Thank you very much to everybody for um, for interacting. I really apologize. So Elena, so I don't even know if I'm right saying it the right way. Sorry for saying your name wrong. But I do hope that you guys are going to have a good day further. Goodbye.